what PlanFees benchmarks, we take a look at retirement plans through what we call the PlanFees Prism. And really, there's kind of two ways you can look at a retirement plan through PlanFees. On the left-hand side, you see the PlanFees Prism, which is originally when we rolled out PlanFees, what we allowed advisors to do was benchmark investment costs, administration costs, record-keeping costs, and even advisor fees against plans of a similar size. So what's the low, average, and high investment costs for plans between $3.5 and $6.5 million with 50 participants? We allow advisors a customizable benchmark that can be created in just seconds, less than 2 minutes for the whole process, to easily bring that up. And so what our advisors have found is that it's incredibly easy for them, even just, if they're talking to their plan sponsor or prospect and saying, hey, are our fees reasonable? Or how can I tell if our fees are reasonable? The advisor can just pull up the PlanFees website and then in 45 seconds to a minute can have a really nice, clean benchmarking report that they feel comfortable presenting to their client or prospect, but also that has verified and concise data from some of the industry's top providers. So that's the Prism side of things. In terms of advisor fees and services, one of the things that we found after rolling out the PlanFees Prism report is that the conversation around advisor fees and compensation is much more nuanced than taking a look at just the figures themselves. If an advisor, let's say, is charging a client 25 basis points and they end up on kind of the low end of that spectrum where most advisors are charging, let's say, 35 and up, that advisor could take just those figures to his client and say, hey, we're charging a reasonable amount. Here's how I stack up versus my competitors here. So we should be all good. But one of the things that we thought of is that the service model of an advisor should be taken into account when a plan is being benchmarked. So how often is that advisor offering investment due diligence? How often is that advisor benchmarking a plan? What kind of fiduciary education does the advisor offer? Is there any sort of participant education or financial wellness program in place? All of those things need to be taken into consideration when discussing advisor compensation. And so we created the PlanFees Prism 365 report that goes over advisor fees and services. It's the only report in the industry that benchmarks the frequency of advisor services, which really sets a lot of advisors apart in terms of how often they're doing committee meetings and things like that. So that's kind of the two ways we look through the PlanFees Prism, if you will, to evaluate and benchmark retirement plans. Thanks a lot for watching today, folks. Again, my name's Luke Vandermillen. I'm with the PlanFees team. I can be reached at 949-305-3718 or lukev@planfees.com. That's V as in Veronica, lukev@planfees.com. Thanks again and have a great rest of your day.